All right, guys. Welcome everyone to my very first team call. Nicole's team Fit to Be Happy Coaches. That's what I'm calling you guys right now. I'm excited to have you all on our team. I know there's a lot of new coaches and some veterans on the call today. So that's exciting. And can you hear us? I don't think she can. I'm muting her again just because it's loud. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties here. Anyway, those of you that are watching this recording, feel free to reach out to any of us if you have any questions about anything. Like I said, since most of you guys are new, I wanted to go over a few little advice tips that I have as a more seasoned coach, will say. And then I wanted to do a little icebreaker, but maybe we'll save that for another time, since I know Laura and Julie pretty well. And we'll do that at a time when there's more of us on this call. And then I would like to go over my goals, and anyone who wants to share can go over their goals. And we'll talk a little bit about that. So first, just a few advice points I was thinking of today when I was making notes for this call as a coach. And this all, goes along with personal development or goals, in that same general area. The most important thing, and we learned and heard a lot about this at Summit, is just being you. I personally have spent so much time following other coaches, all the top coaches, Melanie Mitro, Summer Tucker, all of them, Anita Myron, and there's nothing wrong with following them and getting ideas, but what I think I've done in the past, and I think a lot of coaches do it, is they follow them and they're like, ooh, that's a good post. Let me make it my own, but it's really not your own because you're not feeling it at that point. So I think it's better to, as you're going through this, think about what's going on in your day and what frustrates you, what you're struggling with, and that's what you should share with people, not just a good idea from someone else. And again, it is okay to follow those people, but just remember to be you. And if something that they write about is a good post, but you're just not really feeling it, or maybe it doesn't really bother you right now, it's probably not a good idea to put it out there. I hope that makes sense. I just did a lot of that in the beginning, and I feel like I got a lot of crickets response from people, and I think that's why, because it wasn't totally genuine. It might have been something I believed, but it wasn't really genuine at the time. I didn't have emotion behind it. So that's important. Be you. Another thing we also learned at Summit, I guess these are kind of takeaways from Summit and good advice for you new coaches, is to be resourceful. There's lots of ways to get information out there, and the easiest thing to do is to text your coach every time you have a question, because you figure, well, they know it really quick and they'll just text me back. And sometimes that is the case, and that's not always a bad thing, but really there's so many resources out there where you can get the information yourself. And the beauty of that is that if you get the information yourself and you go look for it, you'll A, learn how to look for everything and where to find the information, and B, you're more likely to retain that information. Rather than if you just text someone and they respond back, it's going to go in one ear and out the other, and you're going to do what you need to do and move on. I also spent a lot of time doing this in the beginning. Lauren Belcher is my coach, and I would text her a lot being like, is this right? How do I do this? How do I do this? And she would just answer, which is because she's sweet and would just help me. But I'm trying to instill in you guys a little bit of resourcefulness so that you guys can learn where you can find things like Google. You can find almost anything out there in Google. If you can't navigate the Beachbody website very well, go to Google first and it'll probably pull it up. There's Coach Relations. They're 24/7. You can call them or chat with them online. And there's the FAQ section in the back office. So if you search in there what your issue is, there's a number of them will pop up. And then if you can't find the answer, try your direct upline. Then you can try me. I mean, I'd love to help you, and I will probably always answer you back. Might just take me a little while, and you could probably get the answer quicker. And same with your coach, because we're all on different schedules. So just a word of advice to be resourceful and take it upon yourself to find the information that you need. Another thing that I think a lot of coaches get lost in is the fact that we are sharing, we're not selling. And yes, we do get commission from what we do, but it's really important to remember that what you're doing is sharing what works for you and sharing a product that has changed your life and a lifestyle that has changed your life. And it took me a long time to see it this way, but it really is a gift that you're sharing with people. And some people may not want it. I mean, you can certainly get healthy and fit and have a good mentality without Beachbody products. But that's what works for me. That's what's probably working for you guys, or else you wouldn't be here. So it's important to share that with everybody, those reasons why, not just buy my Beachbody product, but what Beachbody has done for you. Share that with people. And that's what's going to make them want to learn more and maybe want to get help from you. So always treat it as sharing and giving a gift and not selling. And the sales will come after that. The success will come after that if you treat it that way. Let's see, one more tip here. Oh, this kind of goes hand in hand with this, but just another thing I took away from Summit. Don't lose sight of what this is all about. So we get very wrapped up in Success Club and rank advancement and, you know, our paychecks, which are important. All of that is important in its own way, but don't complicate it, and don't forget to remember what this is really about. It's about the mission, which is to help others achieve their goals and lead healthy, fulfilling lives. Fulfilling, sorry, I said that wrong. Helping others achieve their goals and lead healthy, fulfilling lives. That's our mission. That's what we're trying to do. At the end of the day, if a program or a challenge pack is not really the right choice for someone, that should trump whatever's best for their health and what's going to get them to the end result. That's what you should go with, and not necessarily a sale. Now, usually you can fit our products with almost anyone. It's just whether or not they choose to try them for whatever reason. But try not to lose sight of what we're really doing, and we're sharing, not selling. So those are the few things I thought about over Summit, and I was looking back at my notes, and you know, there are things that I've heard before, but sometimes you just forget, you get wrapped up in everything. I wanted to do a quick review of the 4 vitals, very, very quick. One is invite, invite, invite. And there are several files. I shared them with my new coach, Becca, today. Which, Becca, are you on? I'm not sure if Becca's on. I see a phone. That might be Aaron. Well, anyway, I shared those with Becca today. Who's this?
The phone is me.
Oh, Aaron?
Yeah.
Hi, Aaron. Yeah, you can hear us.
Hi. Yes.
Okay. Well, there's definitely different ways to track your inviting. And like I said, I shared some of these with my coach today, and I can post them in our bio section of this group. There's the Power of Threes. There's the business activity tracker that Beachbody provides. There's several different ones. We've all been bad about tracking them in the past, but it really is the thing that's going to keep you consistent in this business. And there are many different options that you can choose from, so whichever one works for you. I'll post those, and you can use them as a resource. Being product of the product, it's very important to do what you were telling others to do. If you are not working out, you're not drinking your shake, and you're eating McDonald's every day, you can't very well tell someone else not to do that. I don't think that's really an issue with anyone on our team, but it's just something to think about as you're posting and sharing with people. And finally, personal development, which you've heard a lot of people probably say that this is the most important and the least utilized. And I think that's kind of true, and it took me a while to really understand that. But it is still important. It's going to, it's really going to keep your mind right. It's going to keep you strong and make you a better person. Really, that's part of what this business is about, is becoming the best version of you that you can be. And I just wanted to share, Julie and I got these books. Summer Tucker recommended them at Summit. This is called Lead for God's Sake. And actually, it's really interesting so far. I'm only like 50 pages in, but 40. But it's interesting. It's not like a lot of these personal development books are, they're interesting to read, but they're nonfiction, I guess. This is like a story, and it's telling a story, and I've kind of scanned through, and the whole thing is a story, but I feel that I'm going to learn the lessons anyway, so it was just kind of interesting to me to read like a fictional book. So if anybody's interested in that, let me know. I can send it to you when I'm done. And then the 4th newest vital behavior is recognition. which I kind of wanted to do tonight. And there's only 4 of us, so this won't take long. But I wanted everyone to go quickly. I guess, yeah, let's do this real quick. I want everyone to go through very quickly so we don't waste too much time, but I want you to share something that you did this week to move your business forward. Something different. It can be this littlest stupid thing, like you woke up early and got your workout out of the way so you could do this later. Not talking numbers here, just something so we can celebrate it and show people that you can recognize anything. So I guess I'll start. I have not read personal development in a long time, and I've read every day this week a book that I ordered and then realized what it was all about, and I actually really like it so far, and I think it's going to surprisingly help me. So anyway, but I've read every day, so I'm really proud of that. I'm going to unmute Laura, and you tell me what you did this week.
I think the biggest thing I did this week was the country heat giveaway that I'm doing, which is somewhat of a failure, but whatever, learning experience. Well, most of the people who are in it are already current customers of mine. And then I did a thing where I private messaged everyone, and I said, if you share it, I'll put your name in the drawing 2 more times. And so I have people sharing it, but it's still crickets. But I also think that's a sign of where I'm at in this business, which I know is that my warm market is drying up, which makes sense. I've been doing this for a year, and I feel like this is by design that I'm getting this, because I've been in the social media training for a while and not doing anything with it. So I actually think I kind of need, I need this to move me forward. So I see it as even though it's not going the way I'd like it to, I see it as a positive.
Well, good. Yay, that's awesome. So you learned something from it. Yeah. And maybe you'll get some sales from it too. You never know. Some interest.
There are a few people. I just, I want 50 new people I've never talked to before, and that's not happening. One of Erin's people is did you see she shared it today? I'm like, oh gosh.
Oh no. Yeah, that happens sometimes.
That's okay. If I get her friends, I'll send them to Erin. But
well, thanks, Laura.
Julie gave me some of my people who should have been her people. So, we got to do that when new coaches come on.
Right. All right, Julie, what do you have? I know you have something. What would you like to celebrate?
I celebrate, let's see, the first time ever I contacted 25 people in one day.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Well, like I said, my 20th high school reunion is coming up, so I just hit up all the girls. And actually I talked to, I think about, I friended 25 at least, and I talked to about, I think 15 of them. Small talk, get the initial little ball going and everything like that. And then that post I made today got 70, almost 80 likes. And so I know that with me, initially, friending these people, and then they seen that post, and may,
That's awesome, Julie. And I know that's
make a little movement. Yeah.
It's hard for all of us to make those phone calls, or a lot of us, maybe not Laura, she could probably do that, but it's harder to pick up the phone than it is to, to send a quick message. So that's awesome.
So, yeah.
Yay. All right, Erin, you're up. I'm going to unmute you on the phone.
Okay.
What do you have to celebrate?
Well, first, let me introduce you to my puppy. There she is.
Yeah.
She's asleep. She's the bane of my existence. She's crazy. I guess one of my things that I did this week is I have this woman who has been really she's seen me change physically, and she's been really interested in it, and I've been trying to talk to her. And I talked to Laura about this, how she's very well, I have to take care of my mom, and my mom can't eat vegetables, and all this kind of stuff. And so I reached out to her, and this is a funny thing. So I printed out a food list to show her that it's okay, you can eat, lots of foods that don't have vitamin K, because there's something with her mom's medication that she can't eat vitamin K because it's a blood thinner. And so I printed out something for her, and I went to take it to our gym class, and she ended up not being there because of some kind of weird rash or whatever. But still, the point is that I, went through this, and I've been like making like contact with her because I feel like she's on the cusp of being able to join, but she's just like, oh, but I have my mom holding me back and stuff like that. So it's a process. I feel like I'm not as good at this, and I need some help, but I think I just have to go through the emails and stuff. And I've been slowly trying to set aside at least like 20 minutes at least a day. But because of this thing right here, do you realize like what this does to a person? She's finally calm, but it's ridiculous. Like I can't get anything done because of this.
So she has a lot of energy.
She does. And so I actually took her on a run today for a mile, and a mile, it's not enough. Like I have to take her on more.
Gosh, that's
She's
crazy.
ridiculous. She's 4 months old. It's like a baby. I can't handle this.
Oh, well, she's adorable. And that's,
Yeah, she's pretty cute.
that's awesome that you like took the extra step and brought that to her. And I bet next time you do see her, she'll really appreciate that. And I've had some customers that took a long time, but if you don't, they always say don't give up on them. It just means no, not right now, and that is really true. So someday she may, if you just keep the relationship going, she may come back and say, all right, I'm ready now.
And I feel like that was how I was with Laura. Like Laura was like, Erin, let's do this, and I was like, no. Okay, so I feel like there's like 3 people in the wheelhouse that I think are there, but they're just like so resistant because they have their own thing going, and it's just like, so I'm trying to be like patient. I don't have a lot of time right now. Working as a chef in a restaurant, really difficult.
Oh,
So you had talked about the goals and stuff, and I definitely have revamped some of my goals that I think that I want to do. So anyway.
Would you like to share those?
I mean, yeah, I've shared them with Laura that my goals were just to share my experience with people. I was so excited about my experience that it was awesome. But now I'm thinking like next summer, I don't want to be a chef anymore. I don't want to lose all of my holidays. I don't want to like go to bed at 2 a.m. It's really tough work to just like, as a teacher, you have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and that's what you do. But when you're a chef, like you wake up late, you skip breakfast because you go straight up to lunch, and then you have your dinner, but your dinner, you're fixing it for other people. So you're kind of like munching on food that you're making for other people. So you don't have like a definite breakfast, lunch, dinner. And it's just tiring and draining. And so I think that my new goal is going to be to build up a business so I don't have to be a chef during the summer. So I don't have to do all that stuff, and I can just be comfortable where I am. Make
That's
sense?
a great goal. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think so. Thanks.
Anything else you want to share? Any other goals you want to share, or is you don't have no pressure? But I didn't mean to cut you off. I thought I cut you off.
Nope, for right now, and the other goal is to just train this little lady. Look at her. She's just to train her to run. She's my running buddy. Yeah, that's it.
Erin, let me ask you, I'm going to put you on the spot again, because this is the first time I've really talked to you. What do you think, what do you think is your biggest weakness right now in this business? Is it confidence, or is it, how to talk to people about the products or the sale, or how to
I don't know. I think I'm really having trouble, and I feel like a guy saying this, like closing the deal. Like I'm having trouble just closing the deal, and like signing people up and just closing it, because they're so interested, but there's always these, yeah, but this, yeah, but that. So I'm having trouble getting people to like want to do it. Make sense? I feel like that's
Absolutely.
like
It's very
weakness.
common in this business, and I can only speak from my experience, but I used to have the same issues. I think it's really common in the beginning because you're still learning how to build those relationships, how to talk to people and not make it all about the sale, and how to make it about them. And it really is a learned thing. And I've found that over time, in the beginning, I got a lot of no's. And over time, I can almost sense when the no's are going to come and when it's someone that's going to be interested. And I guess I've learned not how to, I wouldn't say it's not how to sell them, but it's like how to speak to them in a language that they can understand, so that they then would be like, oh yeah, that does make sense. It depends on the personality, and that's something we can get into with the gems that Laura's been, she put in our challenge group. But that's really like so much of it is like someone's personality, and that's a lot of things. So the best way to do it is just keep practicing.
Yeah, and the other thing that I think that I really need to focus on, and I've talked to Laura about this, is just taking the time to like go through those emails and really just learn what I need to learn, because I didn't take the time to do that. And so now I'm like, okay, I got to sit down and take the time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a balancing act, trying to find that time to do it. And I was talking to Laura that I'm like in a little bit of a funk where I'm like trying to like, okay, set aside the time and just do it, because like when you work late at night during the day, you're like exhausted. You don't want to do anything. And it's just, so I'm kind of like in that funk and trying to pull myself out of that funk. And that's just what it is right now. So.
Yeah. And even just one a day, instead of thinking about the catching up, one a day from here on out. And then, spending 20, 30 minutes even just on your invites. And I know that's easier said than done, especially when you start out, because it takes longer to get them together. But that's awesome. I think
the more that I do it, the easier it'll be.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. And it sounds like you and Laura have kept a really good dialogue about all this. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. She's a pretty damn good coach.
Yeah. Very passionate. All right, well, I will share my goals just to maybe give some ideas to you guys. Like I said, I used my Target planner. You don't have to do this, but I like the way it broke it down. It's actually called Day Designer, and you can get some of them for free online. This page, however, is not listed online for free. Otherwise, I was going to share it in the group. For my personal goals, I've wanted to do this for a long time. I want to remove creamer from my coffee. I want to learn how to drink it black. I think that's easier and healthier, I want to complete Max 30 start to finish before next summit. I want to say almost maybe by the end of the year. That program is so hard for me. It's that crazy cardio is one of the hardest things for me, and I struggle with it. And I did that program, and it was so inspiring, and I want to do it again, but I'm terrified of it to do it again. So my goal is to complete it, start to finish again, and complete the ultimate reset, which I can check off in September. Crazy. You people are crazy, but we're going to do it, and I'm excited. Family, friends, and relationship goals. I'm in a new city. I want to take once a month a family trip to explore the area. Nothing overnight, just like a day trip to the zoo or whatever. I want date night twice a month or more. And I want to find a mom's group or a bunco group or book club in the area and just get to know more people. And I think that'll help when Dylan goes to school. Heart and spirit goals. I want to read one personal development book a month. That's a lot for me. So that's what I'm reading every day. And I want to find a church. And it's always kind of been a goal in the back of my head. I'm not super religious, but I'd like to bring faith into my kids' lives. So I want to find a church and just start going and meet the community there. Financial goals. I want to save enough money to cover a trip for Disney World, or trip to Disney World for my family in 2017 or 2018. and I'd like to earn $1,000 a week and use reverse engineering. There's a reverse engineering spreadsheet where you can do that, and if anybody wants it, I can always share it with you. And I'd like to work up to making $1,000 a week. And for my career, I want to set up an individual Beachbody bank account. You guys will laugh, but I don't have one. I don't know. I just never set it up. And I'm an accountant. Yeah, I should. So I got to set that up so I can track it better. And then I want to hit 5-star diamond by next summit. That's really scary, and I don't even know if that's going to happen. But you set the big goals, and you know, you shoot for the moon, and you'll land amongst the stars, right? That's what they say. Anyone else want to share? We have like 3.5 minutes left. If you guys want to share, unmute yourselves or raise your hand. You don't have to. But I wanted to share those to give you guys an idea of some of those SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time sensitive. So that's the goal when you don't want to say, I want to be financially free. That is a goal of mine. But then you have to break it down. Well, how can I be financially free? Otherwise, it's just going to be this bubble floating out there that you can't even fathom how you'll obtain it. And that's been my problem in the past too. I'm like, I just want to be financially free. So easier said than done, right? All right. Well, I encourage you guys all to think about your goals. You don't have to use this page, but whatever way you track your goals, you should try to break them down into different categories similar to this, and try to come up with maybe 2 to 3 or 4 in each category, but make sure that they can be small. Like, I want to take creamer out of my coffee. I want to drink it black. I mean, I'd love to try someday just going dairy free. I don't know why people just say they feel so much better, and I kind of want to try it, but that sounds really scary to me. So this is my first step in heading that way. Laura, one of yours should be you want to quit drinking Diet Coke, because I did it and I know how tough it is, and you can do it.
I'm going to do it with the reset.
Oh, that's right.
I have not decided yet if I'm going to stay with it after the reset, though, but I am committing to the 21 days of the reset to not do it.
Well, that's good.
Because I'm such a junkie.
If you go 21 days, then why start again?
Hey, I don't want your hard ass.
You'll get past the headache.
Loving coach.
I bet she will. I totally bet she will.
She's like,
21 days, you'll be past those headaches.
Yep.
You'll be past the cravings. Why would you start up again?
I did it for like 2 months and started up again. It's because I love it. I freaking
know.
love it. I have an I Love Diet Coke shirt. You saw it.
Oh, well,
I know. I'm the one who still gets like excited when I hear his Diet Coke can open, but I don't drink it.
I know.
That's good. That's good.
Someday, Laura.
Hey, I can share my goals real quick.
Okay.
They're not really as SMART goals yet, but whatever. My Beachbody goals because they're not I didn't put a timeline on it yet. But I want to get to Diamond, and I think that's very likely with Aaron and Tony. Country Heat, I want to finish start to finish and post my results, because I keep falling apart on weekends, and then I don't want to post my result pictures. So I'd like to actually commit for the 30 days. Ultimate Reset, start to finish and results. I'm trying to get to 135 by January of 2017. Trying to get SC10 every month.
Awesome. Oh, that's another goal of mine, SC10 every month. Although I'm at SC5 for these months, but that's okay. It's something.
Yeah. And then I have goals in my marriage. I have goals as a family and as a mom, and then goals like Christian goals. And then I stayed away from financial right now. I didn't really even want to deal with that because the finances are a little up in the air, and it needs to be a little more on lockdown before I can figure out what my goals are there.
Well, thank you for sharing, Laura. We're going to get cut off in a minute, but I want to thank you guys for joining the call. And those of you that aren't on, we'll be in touch in the group. Post questions there. And thank you all for being a part of our team. Yay.
Great job.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.